Blood smeared across the windows of a car, sitting unnoticed for a day and a half. Inside, the frozen body of a young woman, brutally stabbed between 40 and 50 times. Her name was Therea Wilson, and if you try searching for her story online, you won't find much. Just a few lines buried deep on the Connecticut Cold Case website. But Therea's story and her family's pain deserves to be heard. In January of 1977, Therea's body was found inside a '76 Cadillac, parked in the garage of the old Hilton Hotel in Hartford. She'd been dead for 36 hours before anyone noticed. 36 hours while her blood-covered car sat in plain sight. Her brother, Kevin Wilson, stated, "When my sister was murdered, I was 19 years of age, and I remember that day like it was yesterday. It plays back in my mind constantly. It's always replaying in my head. I got up that Friday morning and I went to call Therea because I just wanted to hear her voice. She didn't pick up her phone. I'm constantly calling her. No answer, no answer, no answer. I heard on the radio that a girl was murdered at the Hilton Hotel in Hartford, but we weren't paying any attention. It wasn't until my niece came running out of my sister Aline's house saying that Therea was dead." The state's website only gives a few brief details. On January 14, 1977, the body of Therea Wilson, 26, was found in the garage of the Hilton Hotel on Ford Street in Hartford. She'd been stabbed to death. At the time of her death, she was engaged in prostitution. And that's it. That's all that's publicly documented. But her brother Kevin remembers more. Details that never made it into those reports. He said the Cadillac was parked awkwardly between two spaces, and that Therea's body was slumped over in the back seat, blood covering the windows, and that she had died on January 12th, which was her birthday. For decades, Kevin has carried that image in his mind. He's never stopped searching for answers. Therea's son, Ennis Wilson, was just 7 years old when his mother was murdered. He didn't even know the truth about her death until nearly 20 years later. "I found out when I was about 27 or 28, Ennis said. I came across an old newspaper clipping. I was pissed off at the whole damn family for never telling me. I was so mad. I was living with my grandmother when my mother was murdered. When it happened, my mom used to run the streets," Ennis Wilson recalled. "My family didn't tell me the truth about what happened to my mom. They told me she died in a car accident on her way to see me in Hartford." Kevin believes race played a part in why his sister's case received so little attention. "I always had a feeling my sister was put on the back burner because she was black," he said. "Her case wasn't treated like those of white girls. They deserve the same amount of coverage." He's not wrong. Connecticut has a history of violence against sex workers, mostly women of color. From the bra murders in the 1960s to serial killer Matthew Stephen Johnson in the early 2000s, many of those cases share the same haunting pattern. Women forgotten, stories buried, but Kevin refuses to let Therea's case fade away. "I told my sister at her funeral I was going to find out who did this to her," he said. "I promised her that, and I've kept that promise for nearly 50 years. To her family, Therea wasn't just another name on the cold case list. She was the life of the party. Funny, kind, full of light. Kevin remembers her smile, how she taught him to make his first snowman, and how every child in the family still hears stories about her. Therea Wilson was real. She was loved. And someone out there, someone still knows what happened to her."